Perry McMahon with UKFightSite.com. Here with a familiar face on lockdown. Alex, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing, Perry?
Yeah, not bad, man. It's good to speak to you. How you doing during this time?
Yeah, I'm good. I just got the boys with me right now.
Yeah.
So just chilling, man. Like you said, on lockdown, man.
You've been getting out for like the regular exercise, and you still.
Yeah. I've been taking them on runs with me, doing what I can. I blew my knee out the other day because I thought I was a young gun still trying to play football. And I twisted my knee. So yeah, I'm all right.
Gotta be careful out there, man.
That's it.
How is this, like, as an athlete, and obviously I know, like, you're doing your acting, you're doing pub productions, so you're always out, you're always active. How has this COVID-19 lockdown really affected you? I imagine you must be climbing the walls at the moment.
I am, man. Yeah. If I don't get out and do at least one form of exercise, maybe two, yeah, I'll be going insane, man. It is jarring as well, not being able to go to an actual gym and spar and actually lift proper weights. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I've been on Amazon. I've been ordering little bits and pieces what I can get my hands on, and trying to do a little homemade gym type thing. So yeah, I'm hanging in there, man. Hanging in there.
When did you start? When did you like cease operations with Team Mean? Because obviously you moved gyms, didn't you?
Yeah. We were at the top of Yorkies in Tooting.
Yeah.
And then Marcus Luther, my coach, has now got a new gym on Mitcham Lane, or it's sort of Streatham Road. Mm-hmm. And that's TM boxing. So yeah, there's no more Team Mean. I still rep that because that's that's no more Team Mean MMA.
Yeah,
TM stands for Team Mean. So it's
I was about to say, I thought
yeah.
TM was Team Mean.
Yeah. So there's still the boxing, but there's just no MMA no more. So now I'm doing my MMA with Danny, which is pound for pound, or at Stronger MMA. That's in like Collierswood, South Wimbledon, and it's a really nice facility. Got really good guys there as well. Yeah,
I noticed that on your Instagram. It looks like a really nice setup there. I did.
It is, man. And they got a really good wrestler down there. I'll big him up, man. He's wicked, and he's like I think he got silver the other day in or bronze in like I think it was like a wrestling competition, but like, I think the UK or Europe or something like that. But he's great, man. Claudius, man, he's really good. So that's another reason why I'm down there as well, because he's a heavyweight, so he's going to be pushing me with the wrestling.
Yeah. Obviously, we had the bad news that Contenders Florida was postponed after when all this happened. What was the feedback from the guys? Are they looking to bring this back on?
Yeah, they are. They're looking to bring it back on, man. Hopefully, let's say maybe July or something like that, but maybe later. I don't know. It just depends on this COVID-19 thing, man. You know, no one really knows what's happening. Yeah. We're all in the dark right now. So I guess I would love it to be sooner rather than later, but all of us fighters, you know, whether it's the UFC or Contenders, Bellator, we all just got to hang in there, and I just play the waiting game, you know.
But on to some more good news. Cage Fighter, it wrapped. Yeah. It's finished filming. How was that experience?
That was amazing. Getting to work with, you know, such big stars like Chuck Liddell, Luke Rockhold, Jon Moxley from AEW, Jay Reso from Christian and the Edge from WWE, and then, you know, Gina Gershon. Yeah, for me that was huge. It was amazing. I got to test myself in that acting game and the top level, and you know, I was there and I was shining, which is you know, that's what all I could hope for, you know, to show that I'm a true star. So yeah, I'm excited for you lot to see it now. That's it.
Was there any pressure on it? Because you take like the lead on that too, right?
Yeah, I'm the lead. There was a bit of pressure I think on my to myself, because I want to prove to everyone, you know, that everyone's gonna see me, whether it's the MMA fans or MMA fighters or you know, I don't know, talent agents or people who are just into film. They're gonna watch it and think this guy was a fighter. Obviously, you know, and other people know that I've been acting for years, but people see me just coming in for a big role. They're gonna be like, who is this guy? So there was pressure on myself to show everyone that no, I am serious. I can act, and you know, again, like I say in the fight game, I'm here to stay.
Yeah. It was filmed in Canada, right?
Yeah, in Regina, in Saskatchewan, a remote part of Canada, really quiet. Yeah, it was cool there, man. It was cool.
Yeah.
Massive sound stage where we filmed. It was freezing though, but you know, we got it done, man.
I saw an interview with Jon Moxley where he was talking about the filming. I think he was more talking about the fight scenes during that time on the stage,
Yeah.
and he mentioned like how cold it was and how difficult he was having like keeping warm during, because like you would cut between scenes and whatnot. How did you find that experience?
Yeah, it was tough because like you're saying, you know, they're cutting, they're setting up a different shot, so they're changing camera angles. Could take 20 minutes, half an hour, and you know, you've just been really warm. You've just been going through a fight scene, so like basically tearing into each other for like half an hour, and then it's cut, and then you're standing still waiting.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can be difficult. And like he said, you get cold. They're spraying you with water and fake blood. So then again, it's all just a little sticky or cold. Then you got to warm up again, get back into it. So yeah, it's kind of tough. It's almost like you're having your MMA fight, and then they're like, right, you're gonna have a little break for 10 minutes, and come back in and fight again. So yeah, but I got used to it, and it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I was wondering, like with something like that, especially coming like being a fighter yourself, is it difficult like when you're actually filming? I know you've done like fight scenes before, stunt work and everything, but is it difficult to kind of pull back on that and not like go into like a sparring session like when you're actually working?
Yeah, a couple of times, me and some of the other actors, we did hit each other a couple of times, but I guess it just added to the scene. And afterwards, obviously, we apologized to each other, and it wasn't with no bad intention. It was kind of like you're just in the zone, you know, throwing shots, and sometimes they slip through, but again, it just added, man, and it kind of got you more into character. It was cool, but at the same time, you do know that you do notice obviously that the camera guy right next to your face and stuff like that. So yeah, you kind of remind yourself, you know, it's just acting.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, with the pro wrestling guys, how was it working with like Jon Moxley and Christian? Christian, someone I grew up watching when I was younger.
Yeah, same here, man. So yeah, it was great. Christian is a proper legend. Same for Jon Moxley. He during the film, I don't know if you know, but I injured myself really badly.
No, I don't.
Yeah, 4 days from the end, I ruptured the top of my adductor, almost a complete tear, and the bottom of my abs, so either side of my groin, both almost a complete tear. So we had to continue with 4 days of fight scenes with me. I know, so it was horrendous pain. But you know, us as fighters, we just get on with it. But yeah, working with Jon, I was so lucky because we still had to do quite technical moves. But because he was so strong and so used to selling it as well, so he actually saved, I think, them last few scenes because he was carrying my whole weight. And right now, I'm a big boy. I'm like 100 and something kilos because I'm not, you know, I've gone up in weight and obviously for the film. So yeah, he was carrying my weight or like picking me up in the air and then like slamming me down, but with such control, I was literally like just touching the mat. So yeah, it was really cool working with him. And like I said, he's a great guy, and he saved them fight scenes in the end. So he's a legend.
And on the other side of things, with because I know this film brings together like the pro wrestling and MMA. As far as I can see, with MMA, you got Chuck Liddell, Hall of Famer, and Luke Rockhold was working on the film with you. I saw a couple of the stills with Chuck Liddell. He's like your coach in it, from what I can see on the stills. How was it working with those guys? That must have been crazy. It's like,
yeah, that was insane. Getting to work with Chuck, I actually got to like work out with him. He actually held pads for me, and then obviously we got to hang out afterwards as well. So the whole experience of that was just amazing. Because again, like all of us, we grew up watching him.
yeah.
He's like one of the main guys I saw watching the UFC. Made me want to get into fighting watching him. So that was just mind blowing. Having someone like that basically become your friend. It was great, and working with Luke as well was great. I think he was getting ready for Polaris as well during the film. Yeah, so I got to do some roles with him, and that was cool, man. He tatted me out easily, but it was great to just get that training in with him. Again, get to train with such a great guy. It's cool.
During this lockdown, I've been going through like UFC Fight Pass, and I've just been going back to like my old favorite fights. And I went through like the last couple of days, I went through like a Chuck Liddell phase, like checking out his old fights with Babalu, Vanderlei. But like even like well, not the last fight, but I think it was his last UFC fight with Rich Franklin and stuff. And it's just like, it's going to be crazy to see him back on screen, because I don't really follow like the social media of the fighters once they like kind of retire, but like just to kind of see like what's up with them. But like looking back, he's just such a beast. But like it's going to be interesting to see him on the screen, especially in the MMA world. Like he's going to be like a coach in it and whatnot. So I'm interested in seeing how that's going to turn out.
I think that's what the director Jesse was going for as well.
Yeah.
He was saying it's great to have Chuck in it, not as a fighter, but as a coach, and get to see, like you said, to see him in that role and how people react to that. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think you guys are going to love it.
Yeah. And thinking back on like some of the old, like, it doesn't matter if you can't remember off the top of your head, what was some of your greatest, like, watching Chuck Liddell fight, the greatest moments, like, you could think?
I was watching some the other day, and my bloody head's got Randy Couture, man, watching them fights. Yeah. Them ones were great. And again against my brain is going dead right now. They had 3 fights. And the latest one I think was on Bellator, and that was what is his name? Oh gosh,
not Tito.
Tito, yeah.
Oh Tito. Yeah, that was the last one. I think was a Golden Boy Promotions. I think that was like Oscar De La Hoya.
Golden Boy? Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah, Golden Boy. Golden Boy.
They're gonna be like, what? You don't even know what promotion it was.
But I think it was originally. You're right. It was originally going to be with Bellator. I think Scott Coker was going to do it, and then Oscar De La Hoya got involved. But.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that one as well. Obviously not the recent one, but like the first couple was really interesting.
Yeah, I remember the first one. I remember just waiting for that.
Just the war.
That was crazy. Like finish on it and everything.
Exactly. I love it.
Have you kept up to date with like Jon Moxley's AEW and the wrestlers?
He's the champ.
I saw he picked up the belt, against one of my old ffavorites, Chris Jericho there.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. Exactly, another legend. Yeah, man. So that's amazing for Jon. He's a really nice guy when you meet him, man. He keeps it to himself, but when you get to talk to him and stuff, he's a really nice guy, man. A really cool guy. So I think he deserves it as well. Yeah. And he's done great things for the sport, for wrestling, for pro wrestling.
Did you talk to the guys about like, and Christian too? Did you talk to them about like the pro wrestling world and?
No, I did. I'm interested. I want to get into it. They gave me some advice, and I'm definitely going to look into it once this COVID-19's over.
Yeah.
You might see me in a wrestling ring, potentially, if it all goes well.
That's something I was going to ask you, just because of Contenders. That Contenders show is going to be based in Florida. And I know they've got the wrestling, I think it's like the NXT center is in Florida. And I was just going to ask you, like, would you ever consider doing something like that? Especially like maybe when you are, like, if it does get rebooked for Florida, like, would you ever make a trip over to the training program, see how it feels? But obviously you answered that. Yeah.
For sure. There's also I think is it either NXT or the WWE training center in the UK as well.
Oh, okay.
It's around South somewhere. My friend was telling me. So I think even John was telling me. So I'm definitely on it. Definitely for sure.
I see. There was a fighter. He was on the MTK MMA. Matt Nicholson. I saw that he's doing the pro wrestling now. He's doing like moonsaults. I follow him on Instagram. You see him doing the moonsaults and elbow drops and whatnot. It's crazy seeing like the transition from MMA and then like a guy that's obviously athletic doing all the pro wrestling stuff too. So it's something to keep an eye out on.
Nah, for sure, man. I think more people cross over from that. Like Jake Hager, he fights in AEW and on Bellator.
He comes from like a amateur wrestling background, doesn't he? So he already had that pedigree, and
that's it. Yeah, he's doing well. I think he's like 5-0 or something like that. Yeah. So I think it's 3-0. He's something on that.
Last time we actually saw each other, I mean, we spoke quite a lot, but the last time we saw each other was at the Pound for Pound and UK Fight Site media day we had.
Oh yeah.
And I know at the time you was considering doing boxing and kickboxing at that time. Is that still on your mind? Is that something? Because I know obviously then Contenders came along, which was a great opportunity.
Yeah. Right now I'm signed exclusively to them.
Yeah.
So to I think it's a 2-fight deal. So yeah, after that then maybe potentially. Again, it was just because I wasn't enjoying the wrestling side anymore of the MMA, and everyone who I fought, as you saw, they just took me down. They had to talk before, like, yeah, I'm gonna stand with you. And then as soon as they get in there or they feel a punch or feel a kick, then they just go back to wrestling. Yeah. Or they just don't bother and they just wrestle me. So I'm just like, I had enough of that. And again, I know it's MMA, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
That's why I was just like, oh, you know what, let's go to boxing or kickboxing. I can literally just use my tools. But yeah, again, then Contenders contacted me. It's a great opportunity. So yeah, and I've kind of started enjoying my grappling again because I've started working with my dad, and he's a BJJ, I think 2nd degree black belt. So yeah. So he's been showing me loads of stuff, and it's cool, I guess, because it's like working with my dad again. So sure. Starting to enjoy it again.
The Contenders promotion, obviously, 2 of your teammates had really big wins on there. Festus made a great comeback on there. It was blitz of fighters. Jay picked up, I think, was that his third title?
Yeah, third title, yeah. He's been good.
What did you think of, obviously, your guys' performances when you was down in Norwich? And what was the show? It was like great production. What did you think?
Yeah, I think Contenders are, man, they're flying ahead with production value, the way they treat their fighters, and just everything. I really, really enjoyed the show, and I couldn't wait until obviously April or this month to fight. So now, I really can't wait till we do fight. And Jay's performance was mind blowing. I could really see his time in All-Stars has really been paying off. He looked like a totally different fighter. The way he controlled the fight, he took his time, he didn't rush. He literally just broke down his opponent and just showed he deserves that belt. And again, Festus, I heard he hadn't been training much, and he still went in there and beat the guy again in a dominant fashion. He's definitely a superstar. That kid. If he's not in the UFC going for a title in like a few years, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked.
He's one of those guys you feel like you don't get to see him much. Like when you see him on a poster, you get excited. It's like, look, you're going to see some action here. And then, if it's like due to injury, he hasn't been able to compete. But like when he does turn up, especially how he turned up at Contenders, it's just like, then it all comes flooding back. It's like, we need to see more of Festus on that,
100%. I agree with you, man. So yeah, hopefully once this is over, we get to see loads more of Festus.
Yeah. You mentioned Jay training at All-Stars. Is that something on your radar to get back to at some point, to head over there when the time obviously frees up? You're gonna have a lot on.
Yeah. I've definitely like Jay and Rico, they've both been over there, and they said to come with them. And obviously the guys over there, apparently they want me to come back. So lucky me. No, but yeah, I definitely want to. It's one of the best places I've ever trained. I've trained at like TriStar, which is amazing, and I trained at Alliance, which was amazing. But there was just something at All-Stars where I felt like I kind of just fit in there a bit more. Do you know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed the training with Andreas as well. He's comes from like an amateur boxing background. I think he ran like the Swedish boxing team.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the way he's using his hands, and that for me that works well. And the way he gives each of you like your individual attention, even though there's like 20, 30 guys, pros on the mat, he still takes time out. And in my eyes, that's what makes like an amazing coach, and that makes you feel like you're one of the team. So yeah, I really like that place, and I'll definitely. To answer your question, sorry, I went around the bush. To answer your question, I will go back there.
Obviously, so wanted to get back to cage fighter quickly. I forgot to ask you. So now that I guess the hard work's done of the filming and everything, you're going to start going into promo mode and everything that comes with that. Like, what can we expect next that's coming? Obviously, trailers.
Yeah. So the teaser, which you lot can all watch now, all the concept art. It's going to be a one-day exclusive screening on Fight TV, which you can all get. It's because obviously this COVID-19, we can't have an actual premiere in the cinema, so it's almost like we're inviting you all to have a one-day special screening with us on there, which is May 16th. Get all your friends around, or I know you can't, can you? All the people.
We don't hold you responsible for giving that direction.
Everyone in your household, join us for this one day exclusive premiere. Trust me, you're gonna love it, man. You're really gonna love it. And then once that happens, then hopefully it'll go into an alternate streaming site. I'm not sure where, but I'd love for it to go onto like Netflix or Amazon Prime for everyone to enjoy it, daily or weekly, however many times you want to watch it.
I'm definitely going to sign up for Fight TV for that. I've been looking for this for a while. When you look back on like MMA or even just like combat films, I guess like boxing or MMA films, like what stands out to you as like some of your favorites that have come and gone?
Of course, like Rocky's hands down for me. I love that. On back as well.
Yeah.
Because the martial arts in it. So I think it needs to have the right balance of drama and martial arts. I'm an actor. I'm a film fanatic. I love something that can kind of get lost in. Even like Fighter. The one with Christian Bale.
The Mickey Ward story.
Yeah, because you can really get stuck into it. You get to see where they come from, how they lived, and then it kind of gives you a bit more. It's like more intimacy than just the fights. And then when they are fighting, you really want them to win or you really want them to lose. So that's what makes it. It has to be a mixture of both, and I believe Cage Fighter really has that. I think it really does. I think you lot are gonna be blown away when you watch it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've been waiting for a while. And like when you watch these, there's some like, do you remember that TV show Kingdom, the MMA? I felt like that ended too quick. So you're always kind of waiting for something else to come out. So I've been excited for Cage Fighter since like hearing about it originally. What's the plan now going forward, like with the acting? Is there anything on your radar that you want to get involved with, or?
Yeah, man. I'd love to be in at least one Marvel film, one Star Wars film, and then to take it from there. I believe that I can kind of fill that void of a new action star right now. I'm the perfect age. I'm an actual pro fighter, so I can get stuck in. They ask me to do a stunt or a certain scene, I can do it, and I can also act. So. Yeah, let's just see what happens. But I'm pretty sure you're going to see me in the next few years in some big things. For sure, I will be. I'll make that happen.
And I believe you, mate. You're very dedicated to what you do, like obviously inside the cage and outside of the cage.
Thank you, man.
I really can't wait to see the film, and fingers crossed. Once this all gets sorted, the combat sport world, the MMA world, can kind of get back on track quickly, and then we can see you back out there with Contenders.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that's gone on that we've missed that you've been working on?
I don't think so. I think it was just really Contenders and this right now. I can think off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. If there was anything else, I'll remember it. But, just look out for Contenders. Look out for Cage Fighter, the movie, and actually Cage Fighter Worlds Collide. Sorry, the movie. And
I did see that on the social media. They've added that part of the title on there. Yeah.
So it's WWE, MMA, whoosh, smashing together. So it's wicked.
Brilliant. Mate, thanks for your time. I'm going to let you go.
Thank you, Perry, man. Always, man. Always.
No, I appreciate your time, mate. What we'll do as soon as this is, hopefully we're allowed out of our houses by that time, but we will be posting up a review, a preview of once it's on that Fight TV. Something I've been looking forward to. So anything that comes up, keep your eye on UK Fight site, because anything cage fighter related we will have on there.
Hell yeah, come on. Thanks, man.